6 ways to make a man say yes to you. By the way, this world operates on principles. There are things you can do and you'll always get the answers. Even when you're speaking to God, there are ways you can approach him and he'll actually say yes. So always ensure that you use these principles. There are 6 ways that a husband you can use as a wife to ensure that your husband responds to your requests. Now, these 6 ways have been used before and they are tested and they've been approved. Now, 6 ways in which you can make a man say yes to you. Number 1, marinate him with a meal. You see, before cooking, you marinate something. Now, meals are easy ways of ensuring that people get in good moods. You see, they say the easiest way to a man's heart is through the stomach. Now, use meals to ensure, cook for you someone. You'll be shocked at how it will be easy to voice your requests. A good example was this lady called Ruth. She was told by Naomi, listen, I know you're going to talk to Boaz, but before you do that, make sure he's eaten. If you're going to talk to him after a meal. He'll be in very nice moods. Look at Esther. Esther was a champion in this one. Esther had been told by Mordecai, you have to go speak on behalf of your people. And Esther knew that this is a serious request. So what did she do? When she went before the king, she didn't go shouting and telling the king, you need to do this. No, she invited the king for a meal. Not only once, but twice. By the time she was speaking to the king, this king was already marinated. He was already too willing. Number 2, marinate him with respect. Men love being respected. The Bible says that women should respect their husbands. In fact, it says, women prefer love. Men prefer respect. Respect is praising them, regarding them highly, talking nicely about them. That way they feel respected, and men would rather have respect than love. You see, when Esther went before the king, she always said, my king, my lord. Listen even to the words that she's using. If I find favor in your sight. And when you speak like that to a king, when you speak like that to a man, already he's willing to give you. Look at what the king said. Talk to me, Esther, Queen Esther. I'll give you anything, even half of my kingdom. Marinate your man with respect. You'll be shocked. Number 3, marinate your man with submission. Anyone who comes submissively to someone, they always receive their requests. If you come, showing that this is a form of authority, I respect you as a form of authority, I am right here, these people are obliged to help you. That's what happens. If you go before a king and you show them, I am submissive to you, I'm obliged to help you. If you go humbly, submission does not mean weakness, by the way, because this one, many women tend to think it means weakness. But the submission is just, is controlling your strengths. It doesn't mean that now you have no strength. It means you put your strengths under control. You know when to use your strength. And anytime you go before God, humbling yourself, the Bible says that he will always answer. He says, if my people come unto me, humbling themselves, I will hear their cry in heaven, and I am going to heal their land. Submission can open doors you didn't really expect. Number 4, speak their language. You see, men are logical in nature. If you are going to speak to a man, speak his language. Don't activate emotions. Activate things that are called logic. Now, look at Abigail. There's a time King David wanted to come and kill Abigail and the husband and everyone in that household. But Abigail decided, let me first go and humble myself before the king. In fact, she bowed down. And then the next thing that happened, she spoke the king's language. She started showing the king, you know what? I know my husband, he's a fool. I know whatever he did is bad. And then she went ahead and said, no, you are supposed to become a king. When you kill us, you are going to stain your own reputation. She was being logical with the king, and that activates something. Even Moses, look at Moses speaking to God. He was logical with God. What did he do? There's a time God wanted to destroy all the Israelites, wanted to finish them, kill all of them. And Moses was logical with God and told him, you know what? Everyone knows you took them from Egypt. Now if you kill them, they'll say you took them from there so that you can kill them in the desert. And God listened, said, my friend, that's logical. Even someone like Solomon, when Solomon was asking for wisdom, God was wondering, why? But Solomon was logical and said, I need wisdom so that I can govern your people. The Bible says that God was glad and he actually gave him wisdom and also a lot of wealth. Now, number 5, while you're speaking to a man, make sure whatever you're sharing is heartfelt. Now, the Bible says that anytime you do a prayer that is earnest and heartfelt, it has tremendous power. When you're speaking, don't speak from a space of hypocrisy. Don't speak from a space of ingenuity. Speak from a space where you feel what you're saying. It's heartfelt. Look at Hannah. When she went to pray before God, she was crying. She was at the temple, she was crying. People thought she was actually mad. But her prayer was heartfelt. And that's why God later listened to her cry and gave her a baby. Number 6, when you're speaking to men, paint a picture. Sometimes when you share something, maybe you're trying to pitch an idea. You're pitching an idea to your boss. You're trying to tell your husband, let's invest in this, let's buy a house. Paint a picture. There's power in painting pictures because pictures, they make it easier for someone to understand and it becomes easy for them to say yes. For instance, look at what happened when God was telling Abraham, you'll become a father of nations. Abraham was not understanding what this man is saying. I don't have a child, my wife is barren, and here I am. You're trying to tell me I'm going to become a father of nations. It's very easy for Abraham to reject this idea. So what did God do? He painted a picture. I told him, come outside, come outside. Look at the skies. Look at those stars. Look at those stars. That's how your generation and your descendants will be like. And instantly, that's when Abraham got the picture. Look at what happened to Nathan. There's a time that King David had slept with a lady called Bathsheba. And Nathan was going to tell the king whatever he did was bad. But he used a picture. He told him there's a poor man who had a lamb. And then there was a rich man who had so many of them. But now when the visitors came to visit the wealthy man, he took the lamb of the poor man. And instantly, King David had a picture and said, who did that? I want to kill that person. And King David was told, ni wewe, it's you. Pictures. Even Jesus was always using parables. Those parables are helping us to paint pictures and understand what he was teaching. Now, if you want a man to say yes, paint a picture. You'll be shocked. Try those ideas and you'll be shocked at how no one is going to say no to your ideas. No one is going to say no to your proposals. Whether it's your boss, even when it comes to God, use these tricks. You'll be shocked at how it always works.